Here we are in New York City for, guess what, Galaxy Unpacked, and I have Samsung's latest and greatest foldable smartphones out here. Yes, this is the brand new Galaxy Z Fold 7, which they have been really teasing as the ultra experience of the foldables. And well, it's true, a lot of the Chinese OEMs have kind of caught up to Samsung at the foldable game, and now with the Z Fold 7, Samsung is truly taking things a notch above. How? Look at this phone, how slim it is. It is insanely slim. So 8.9 mm. So this is pretty much the slimmest foldable smartphone out there so far that I have seen. Significantly slimmer than the previous generation Galaxy Z Fold 6, which was around 12.8 mm. But then it gets even better because it is really light at 215 grams. That basically means it's lighter than a Galaxy S25 or an iPhone 16 Pro Max, and around about the same level of slimness. It's become even more durable as well because they have got a brand new flex hinge. They talk about a lot of new technologies that they have added. So let me tell you, they call it the Armor Flex Hinge. I've just gotten out of the briefing, so there's a lot to absorb out here. So it gets a water droplet design, multi-rail structure. It's thinner, obviously. The display gets a grade 4 titanium lattice. Now these displays are really epic. This one is an 8-inch display now, and the crease has become really almost, it's not very visible, right? And out here you get a 6.5-inch display, and of course you are talking about a lot of typical Samsung magic out here, dynamic AMOLED technology. But even out here you are getting Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2. Inside you get that absolutely amazing Corning Gorilla Glass Ceramic 2 experience. So it's basically best of the breed in terms of, you know, durability technology as well. So obviously this phone is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite. Now this phone starts at 256 GB of storage and goes all the way up to 1 TB, but the 1 TB version gets 16 GB RAM, while all the other variants will get 12 GB of RAM. And as far as the battery is concerned, it is a little underwhelming, I would say. It's 4400 mAh, not the largest we have seen on a foldable by a country mile, but clearly Samsung's focus has been to keep things really slim and trim with this phone, and they have done it. And how? Now, cameras have always been a bit of a question mark on foldables. You tend to need to compromise on the size of the sensor because you're dealing with lesser space, and in the case of this phone you're even dealing with further paucity of space. But guess what Samsung has done? They put that 200 megapixel camera that the Galaxy S25, S24 and S23 have had in this. And of course it gets all the new software stack, the Pro Visual Engine. It does 2x optical quality zoom. It has a 10 megapixel telephoto lens which does 3x optical zoom. And then there's a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera which does now autofocus, which was really needed. Now selfie addicts have been really complaining for the last couple of years because Samsung used this under the display 4 megapixel camera. That has been fixed. You get a 10 megapixel camera, a much more normal camera out here. It's 17% and bit more wider, and you also have it 2.5 times clearer. That's what Samsung claims. Obviously I'm going to be testing it in the review. Now in terms of software, this phone is running One UI 8. One UI 8 has already been teased. It's a much more refined One UI interface. It looks nicer, it's cleaner, it's faster, but it is also designed for multimodal agentic AI. So you have all those Galaxy AI features that we have been seeing for the last couple of years. They are there, but then some more. For example, now your Galaxy AI, your Gemini has been optimized for this wide canvas. So you can have floating windows, you can have adjustable layouts, and if you're using things like writing tools or drawing assist, you can actually drag and drop items across elements with that thing, Galaxy AI being omnipresent across the system. So Gemini Live is also supported. So basically Samsung has really thrown the kitchen sink at this device and said that, listen, we invented this category and we are going to now flex some muscles out here and show you how it is done, particularly to all the Chinese OEMs, and particularly before Apple comes out and says that, hey, we are out here with another foldable and it's an Apple foldable, so forget about Samsung, because we are Apple. But Samsung is saying you will not get that opportunity because we are going to completely prime the pump, and they are. And how? This obviously in terms of design is a very tried and tested design. It looks actually quite similar to the Galaxy Z Fold 6. It's very boxy, it's a very rectangular, flat rails. It is actually a proper rectangle, similar camera island out here also. But the big thing is, if you see the USB Type-C port, like if I unfold this phone, it is just 4.2 mm. So barely enough space to fit in the USB Type-C port. So it's like almost perfect for that. Now, you can do a lot of things with Gemini as well. You can share the screen for Gemini with Gemini. So while you're playing games, this is a feature that I would have wanted if I were playing AAA games. I do not play mobile games, but Qualcomm claims that on using phones with this chipset, the 8 Elite, you can have AAA games. So maybe you could do that. That is something you could have. You could have photo assist with side-by-side editing. That could be another use case. You could have circle to search during gameplay. That's another cool feature. And audio eraser that was debuted by Samsung with the Galaxy S25 series. So now that is also coming to this, but in a more elevated and enhanced form. It can be automated, so it can work proactively and remove all the noises. If you are hearing some of the noises out here, I may use that to eliminate them. On top of it, it works across many more Samsung apps, say the video player itself, Samsung Notes, the voice recorder, and so on. So really handy. Apple is also now starting to do some of these things with iOS 26. Not really surprising, but it's good that Samsung is catching up. I will tell you more about this phone in my main review, and I'm going to also share a reel, but do like and subscribe. BW Business World, and reporting live from New York. Next video will be all about the Galaxy Z Flip.